is Cooper, and I'm going to talk about cyberbullying today. So cyberbullying is the act of harassing somebody online or posting mean messages on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, any other, Xbox Live, anything. So there's four people in a bullying situation. There's obviously the bully and the person who's being bullied, but there's also a bystander and an upstander. So the bystander is the one who sees what's going on. They know it's wrong, but they don't really want to do anything about it because they don't want to get bullied either, so they just don't tell anybody and let it go. The upstander is the one who sees it, realizes it's wrong, and does something about it and tells somebody. So obviously, bullying causes emotional damage to whoever's bullied. It could be physical, it could be cyberbullying, it could be verbal. It's going to emotionally damage these people, but cyberbullying is worse because you're getting it 24/7. It's not just at school and you get beat up and you go home. You're getting it on your phone, you're getting it on your computer, you can get it on your Xbox. It's ridiculous. So when you're a kid and you're saying, oh mom, like he punched me, what do I do? Your mom tells you, okay, well walk away from it, don't let it bother you, blah, blah, blah. You can't walk away from messages coming to your phone and computer 24/7. So, and a lot of bullies go, oh well they can't find me, so I'm just going to tell them how retarded they are. So they don't realize that you can screenshot it and save the messages and find their IP address and then find them, especially when they post it anonymously. I think a lot of bullies don't realize how much it can affect somebody because when they say, oh, you're ugly, they don't see somebody crying. They just see like a ... kind of thing. They don't see the person's actual facial reactions. I think that a lot of the kids don't tell somebody because if they're like, okay, mom, like he's bullying me, then the mom's going to go to school and the school's going to go to the kid and the bully can continue to bully the kid. So it could just escalate and get even worse. So I think that's why a lot of kids don't tell people. So most of the time, emotions obviously get bottled up inside of these kids that are bullied, but as time goes on, it gets worse and worse, and their self-esteem goes way down, and they think they're just like the worst person in the world, and they're super anxious all the time. So, iSafe, which is obviously it's about safety, they say that over half of the teens and adolescents in the U.S. have been cyberbullied, but they've also cyberbullied somebody else. And 1 in 3 people have been cyber-threatened, which means I'm going to beat you up after school, but they do it online. Or they text it. Actually, texting through cell phones is the most common way for cyberbullying. And then 25% of teens have been cyberbullied continuously. So that could be for months, it could be for years. It can be, I don't think it would be for decades, but I'm sure there's been cases. And then also the Cyberbullying Research Center found that girls are at least as likely to be cyberbullied, but boys are more likely to be cyber-threatened. So I've heard of a story from a girl who was in Texas, and she was a straight-A student, and she had played 3 instruments, and she thought she had a great group of friends until they started to bully her. She was cyberbullied for 3 years from her so-called friends, but she was verbally bullied for 6 years, and sometimes physically bullied, but that was more like somebody hitting her with a backpack, or like knocking her in the hallway, or stepping on her shoes so it like scraped her heel. It wasn't like really beating her up. But she would get Facebook posts about how boys only liked her for one reason, blah, and she was stupid, and blah, and she got text messages for 3 years. And so in the second year into being bullied, she didn't want to tell her mom because she wanted to be bullied physically. So, and she couldn't handle the pain, so she would take an eraser, and it's actually a game that kids play in middle school, where it's some sort of thing, you give yourself an eraser burn until this person like figures out the answer or something. So she gave herself eraser burns so that she could get rid of the emotional pain, and she could control how much pain she was going through. And her mom would always ask her, oh, what happened? And in the summer, it was always, oh, I fell getting out of the pool. And in the winter, it was always slipped in the rain, and I fell down and scraped my wrist. Anyways, in January 2011, she told her mom everything when she got 3 nasty text messages back to back, and they pressed charges. She was super nervous to press charges because she thought that she was going to get physically bullied, but everything ended up going well, but the charges are still pending. I think one of the biggest problems is that school administrators, they say, oh, well, since the messages weren't sent on the school campus or during school, then it's not my problem to fix it. So they just blow it off and don't care. There's a quote from Zac Efron, and he says, you always have to remember that bullies want to bring you down because you have something that they admire. So the girl who I was telling you about says that she finds this very true. Whether it's your looks, your intelligence, or your personality, the bully will hate on you and to make themselves feel empowered. Coming from a place where being bullied affected me daily, I can say that for sure. It does hurt and depress you, but after learning how to deal with the bullies, I can now see that being cyberbullied for 3 years and verbally bullied for 6 has made me a stronger, more aware person, and it's helped shape the young woman I am becoming. But that girl is so awful.